You make six figures. You're responsible. You're doing the things you're supposed to be doing. So why does money still feel tight? If you've ever looked at your income and thought, we should not feel this stressed making this much, then this video is for you. And I want to be clear right up front. This isn't a judgment. It's an observation, because I hear this exact sentence all the time. I talk to families every single year who are 200,000, 250,000, sometimes even more. And almost every conversation starts the same exact way. They don't feel broke. They're not reckless. They pay all of their bills on time. They're saving something. They're investing something. But they also just don't feel quite comfortable yet. There's this constant pressure in the background, like money is moving, but they're not really sure where it's going or whether they're actually making progress. And eventually someone says it out loud. We make good money, but it still feels tight. Here's the thing I want you to hear clearly. This is not an income problem. It's a structure problem. And let me explain what I mean. I want you to picture a family I work with. I'll call them Jake and Emily. Two working parents, two kids, busy schedules, sports practices during the week, games on the weekend, daycare, summer camps, birthday parties, travel teams. Sound familiar? Their household income is right around $250,000. On paper, everything looks great. They're saving, they're investing, they're contributing to retirement, they're paying extra on their debt. But when they came in, they said something that stopped me. They said, we don't feel irresponsible, but we also don't feel like we're winning. That feeling is incredibly common at this income level. And the first reason money feels tight is because it's scattered. You've got savings in one place, investments in another, multiple credit cards that you mostly pay off, expenses that change every single month, bonuses that come in and immediately disappear. Nothing is necessarily broken, but nothing is actually connected. So every decision feels heavier than it should. You're not sure how much you can actually spend without guilt. You don't know what's safe to automate. You don't know what's truly flexible versus what's actually locked in. So instead of confidence, you get hesitation. Now, here's the part that most people don't like to admit. When you make good money, you feel like you should have this all figured out by now. So instead of asking better questions, you tell yourself things like, we'll deal with it later, or this is probably normal, or at least we're better off than most people. And that keeps you stuck, because underneath all of that is guilt. Guilt that says, if six figures still feels tight, what does that mean for the future? And that leads to the deeper belief people never say out loud. If we're making this much money, it shouldn't feel this hard. And honestly, you're right. Money should feel clearer at higher incomes, not more confusing. But here's where most people go wrong. They think the solution is to budget harder or track every expense or cut things that they actually enjoy. But Jake and Emily didn't need a tighter budget. All they needed was clarity. So we didn't start with saving more. We started by giving their money structure. Every dollar had a job. There was money for living, money for saving, money for enjoying life now, and money for the future. Not someday, not when things slow down, now. Once they could actually see what was fixed, what was flexible, and what was automated, something interesting happened. Their stress dropped before they even changed their lifestyle, because now decisions had rules. They knew what they could spend. They knew what was already handled. They knew what didn't require constant attention. And here's the reframe I want you to remember. Money feels tight when it's on autopilot. It feels calm when it's intentional. And the biggest surprise for Jake and Emily was this. We didn't reduce their lifestyle. We realigned it. They cut spending that didn't matter, subscriptions that they had forgotten about, convenience costs that had piled up, default spending that just slowly crept in. But at the same time, they intentionally spent more on the things they actually cared about. Family trips, experiences, time together. And they automated their savings and investments, so progress happened quietly in the background. Same income, same life. Completely different feeling. So if you're making good money and you still feel tight, I want you to hear this. You're not failing. You were just never shown how to run money at this level. Most financial advice is built for people just starting out, not families juggling careers, kids, and real life. When money has structure, stress drops, guilt fades, confidence goes up, and decisions stop feeling so heavy. If this video sounds uncomfortably familiar, that's not an accident. This is exactly what I help families work through. If you want clarity instead of guesswork, there's a link below where you can schedule a conversation or grab one of the free resources I've created specifically for high-earning millennial families. And if this was helpful, be sure to subscribe, because this channel is about making money work for real life, not just numbers on a spreadsheet.